All right, let's see if this works. Let's see if I have enough internet access in a car-free village in Switzerland. Can I see comments on this? So I'm using Prison Live that I don't normally use on my phone, so I'm not actually sure how to read comments on this. Show chat view. All right, I should be able to see chat. So I'm standing here at the Gondola Station in Gimmelwald in Switzerland. This is the only way in or out of this village. There are two gondolas. One of them goes that way to Mürren, another car-free village, and the other one goes down towards Lauterbrunnen, so you can get the bus to the train station. Somehow doesn't look like the Netherlands. That's right. Good guess. Good morning. Okay, so let's see if this works. I'm just going to take a little walk around. I've been here, I've been here yesterday. Oh, so I can read chat on the screen. That's good. I've been here yesterday and walked around a bit. So I'm going to be leaving soon, but I thought I'd give a little live stream a try. Are you going to take us down the slide? No. No bike lanes in this town. Can you believe it? It's worse than Canada. They are doing road construction up here, though, so let's see how that's done in a car-free place. They still brought the excavators up in the gondola, presumably. This is Esther's guest house where I was staying. I actually stayed here once before in 2009. It's nice. Maybe not sure if I'll be able to get through here. We'll find out. Give me a sec. Watch out. What time do you think it is there, and how long do you think this stream will be? It's about 9:30, I think. I think the stream will be about an hour, I guess. We're in Central European time, yeah. Same as Amsterdam. So this town has about less than 100 people living here. Just going through that work site, yeah. Well, you know, it's the only way in and out. Actually, there is a path up the mountains, but I'll take that later. You see a few bicycles here and there. And there is some farm equipment. I'm curious how they got these things up here. There must be some mountain road, but Google doesn't know it. But as you can see, all these vehicles are limited to 30 kilometers an hour. Oh, sorry, you can see up here. The other houses, will walk up to there in a sec. Swiss is a funny language. It has certainly got an interesting accent. It's been a real test of my fairly limited German, trying to understand the Swiss accent. I used to speak German better than I do now, but it's kind of gotten overwritten with my Dutch. I mix them up all the time. I end up speaking Dutch instead of German. Yeah, so for my Dutch viewers here, these things are called hills. This is where the ground goes up. And those things over there are big hills called mountains, where the ground goes really up. They have these water fountains all over town, where it's just a well. Nice. Have I heard of the car-free island in the Great Lakes? Yeah, that's Mackinac Island, of course. I think about 1/3 of the comments on my Toronto Islands video were about that place. As well about 10 emails, 30 tweets. The village is our favorite place in Europe. Our kids want to move there. You know, actually, foreigners aren't allowed to own in Gimmelwald right now. In some of the other towns, foreigners are allowed to own apartments, but not standalone cottages. As for schools, I was just looking at the schoolhouse. The only school here closed, and it's been turned into apartments recently. They're well stocked for their winter fires here. And as you can see, they've got the trailers and hand carts and bikes for carrying stuff around. Are you there to work on another video or here for my own enjoyment? Well, I guess it's both, because I do enjoy this place, but I filmed this place yesterday. Maybe I should film this more today because it's nicer weather. Because I'm going to make a nebula video about it, as I've been making videos about car-free places, right? But I'm mostly in Switzerland. I was here on holiday, but I've stayed longer to film for a few days to make some videos about Swiss trains and the state of Swiss cycling infrastructure. Okay. Oh, I hear trains? No, you don't hear trains. I think you hear the gondola ramping up again. I thought I heard a highway, and I was like, oh, ruining the sound, and then I realized it was just the gondola starting up. Do you like the Swiss trains better than the Dutch ones? Yes, absolutely. Swiss trains are the best. What's the industry of a place like this? They actually have farms that they've had for generations and tourism. But there's only like 80 people who live here. Up the gondola, there's another car-free town called Mürren, which is much more built up. And it's mostly for skiing. I'll give you a view out here. So which cities am I visiting in Switzerland? I've been to Basel and Bern. I actually have to go back to Bern. Then some of these car-free places in the Alps, oops. And then back to Zurich. It's kind of ridiculously gorgeous here. And yeah, to answer an earlier question, I think I probably should make a video about German trains. That €9 ticket is a great deal. I'm not sure when I'll have time to check that out though. Kind of been on a lot of holidays lately. A lot of trips anyway. Not all of them holidays. Did you take the train to get here from the Netherlands? Yeah, there's a direct sleeper train from Amsterdam to Zurich. Leaves at about 8:30 at night and gets you in at about 8 in the morning. Although ours was a little bit late, which is pretty convenient. And then of course once you're in Switzerland, it's easy. Yeah, I do want to visit Wengen on my way out, so I'm hoping I can do that today, because you can get there from Lauterbrunnen. How expensive is this? I mean, how expensive is this part of Switzerland? Every part of Switzerland is expensive. That's just the way it goes. So they do have a handful of vehicles here, though I've never seen them running. I'm assuming it's only for real emergencies, because as far as I know, there's no real road out of this place. There are a lot of Americans here for some reason. I was actually surprised, like crazy amounts of Americans here. Everyone was speaking American English on the gondolas and stuff. Oh yeah, here comes a vehicle. Nice. Are you doing okay with the elevation? Yeah, I'm fine. I've been up here for a day and a half now, at this elevation anyway. Not car free. That wasn't car, that was a small truck. Here, we'll take a look at where we were. Just down there. Swiss National Railway has Starbucks on one of its trains. I suspect that just means they serve Starbucks coffee, but I don't know, I'm not a coffee drinker. I've seen some pretty nice trains here. Like, I was taking a intercity train, just a regular intercity train from Zurich to Basel. And they had a restaurant car with full service, white tablecloths, and full menu. It's not like any special train or something, just a regular old intercity train. Is the stream holding up? I assume so, because nobody's putting F in the chat. I actually apparently have 5G data up here, so bravo Switzerland. Oh yeah, actually, speaking of unmanned coffee stations, that reminds me, I forgot to stop by the Honesty Shop down there, where it's a retail store where you just go in, take what you want, and pay for it, leave the cash at the till. Oops. You should stream on Twitch. I was going to multi-stream this, but it was already a bit dodgy to do this route through a restream. Besides, I don't get a lot of people on Twitch, but I stream to both YouTube and Twitch for almost all my streams. Have you seen any of Trek Tendy's videos on trains? I don't think so. Maybe I haven't, I just don't remember the name. But so there's a couple of little farming trucks there. Occasional short stutter, but pretty smooth. That's good, man. It's better than I get in Toronto. Man, it's disgraceful how bad Canadian cell coverage is, even in major cities. So, I mean, this is it. This is the village. Like I said, there's only about 80 people who live here. I think it's 5 farms, something around that amount. I have it all written down in my notes. There are, I think, 4 hotels or guest houses with about 100 beds in total. Oh, there goes the cable car up to Mürren, which I think I'll grab very shortly. Oh, that one's going to Mürren. The other one's going down to ground level, where you can take the bus to the train station. They farm cows, right? Dairy. Yeah, there are actually apparently more cows than people in this town. I mean, that's not very hard when there's only 80 people. How will the US and Canada undo the car-centric damage? I don't know. That's why I left. I assume they'll eventually realize the error in their ways when oil becomes incredibly expensive and difficult to get, but maybe not. Now here, normally when there's benches along the side of the road, I'm not very interested in sitting at them, but but this view is pretty nice. Show us the ride on the cable car. Yeah, sure, I will. I'll probably be a little bit quiet on the cable car so that I'm not drawing too much attention. I'm already carrying a gimbal. Does the cable car cost money? Yes, it does. But I have a Swiss travel pass for 4 days while I'm here, which gives me infinite access to basically all public transportation in the entire country, which is crazy. So I can take the cable car for free. Solar punk moment. Yeah, I mean, this is the solar punk village, right? Like, if there was ever going to be a solar punk village, it's this. I think it needs more solar panels to be truly solar punk. Maybe like some futuristic windmill or something. Have you ever heard of countries in Latin America using cable cars as a form of public transportation? Yeah, absolutely. And they use them as a form of public transportation here, and funiculars too. Like Zurich has a little funicular and Bern has a funicular. All part of the public transportation system. How do you resist the urge not to just move here? Well, it's not possible for foreigners to live here, so that's kind of kills that idea, but yeah, it's probably not self-sustaining, but visually it's there. They do grow a fair amount of their own food apparently, but as you can imagine, it's a bit tricky to grow enough for everybody on the side of a mountain. Here's one of the hotels. And that's pretty much it for the village. So I'm going to take the road down to the cable car. I'll just walk a little bit farther, but I'll take the steeper path down to the cable car. Yeah, this does need a highway overpass, right? It would be improved so much if they could just bring a highway in here. This is actually a fairly steep climb here. Actually, you could immigrate to CH, but you'd need to get a degree job here and stay a few years and learn one of the languages. Yeah, but that still wouldn't let me buy property here in Gimmelwald. The canton has specific rules about these villages. Actually, every canton has their own rules, so, as usual in Switzerland. Here's a garden. Growing some vegetables. Very nice. NJB going on a business trip. I'm not quite sure why you put it in quotes, because it literally is. The only reason I'm here is to film for NJB videos. not climbing that. Occasionally, you do have to be a little bit careful because occasionally people come down on bikes and they're coming pretty quick. They're not coming so quick uphill. All right, so that's it. That's the end of the village. The rest continues a path that goes up to Mürren, but I'm not walking that today. I'll take the cable car. Have you ever visited Dutch communal gardens? Yeah, I made a video about it on Patreon, actually, about those communal gardens. Hey. Hello, those people that just passed were speaking Dutch. Are the people that live here old? Surprisingly not. There's actually a mix. Like, there was one of the local families having dinner at the restaurant last night because it was the only place that's open. It's the off season. So they had a set menu and they were eating there too. And they were like a family. They had kids, and there were people, adults there from about 30 to 60. So it's not all just old people. All right, that's the village. We walked the whole village of Gimmelwald in 22 minutes. There's probably a stray house we missed here and there, but that's pretty much it. It's actually getting kind of hot, so I think I'm gonna take off this sweater, but I'll put you somewhere with a nice view. Look at that. It's kind of ridiculous. The thing is, like, we have lots of nature in Canada too, but it's so much harder to get to. Like, you have to drive to it. And you often end up sitting in traffic, especially if you try to go on like a holiday weekend or something. Whereas I just took the train here and a cable car. Trains leaving like all the time. I just can't believe how accessible this all is. And you can take trains to hiking paths, and yeah, it's just crazy. Are your Patreon videos on Nebula? Actually, no. I'm kind of remaking them to go on Nebula. I should really start doing that on some of the ones I've already done. The one about the community gardens was actually pretty good. That should really go up on Nebula sometime soon. Road surface seems very good condition. Yeah, that's Swiss taxes for you. I think that's the road I need to take down to the gondola. Is that right? I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah, it's really something. Like, as a North American, it's really something to be like in nature like this, but without ever having to go near cars, listen to cars, do anything with cars to get here. How does Nebula treat you as a video service compared to YouTube? I mean, what, from the creator point of view? Hey, kitty. From a creator, like, Nebula's perfect. It's owned by the creators. Like, everybody who makes videos has part ownership in it, and it's ideal. You get way better profit sharing than YouTube. You get, like, way less nonsense to deal with. You don't have to deal with fake copyright complaints. It's awesome. If I could only put my videos in Nebula, I would, but I wouldn't want to paywall everything. Some things probably should be paywalled, but some things do better on Nebula, like the car-free stuff. Anyway, I'm going to take off my sweater. You can, you know, look at these stairs. Although I realized I had my lav mic there. Let's see if I can get it in a better place. Maybe try that again. So I hear a slight sound now, which I thought the other day when I was here was like a distant highway, but it's actually the sound of the cable car. It starts up every half hour. Okay, there we go. Well, do you do the Jungfrau Joch train station, highest train station? I'm not sure if I'll get there. We'll see. How can we make North Americans citizens make cities more bike and walk friendly? Dude, if I had the answer to that question, I wouldn't have had to move. But there's usually advocacy groups in your area. There's got to be cycling advocacy groups and maybe safe streets advocacy. There's probably a Strong Towns chapter near you if you're in the US. Look for those people. Don't try to do it yourself. I hear a slight sound. It turns out I have tinnitus. Well, I do have tinnitus, but that's because I was a rave DJ for many years. Although I used to wear earplugs when I would DJ, which was probably a good idea because I'd probably be hella deaf right now if I hadn't. Getting past like I'm standing still. But in my defense, she's not live streaming. Consider doing a video about Phoenix's light rail tram. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say this, but I'd like to get to Phoenix sometime. But most of it to talk about how shit it is, but I'd probably talk about the light rail too. I mean, they're actually doing something there. They got cul-de-sac there too, right? The car-free neighborhood that they're trying. NJB DJ mix anytime soon? That would be funny. You can hear my my DJ mix from the late 90s and early 2000s on djnumber9.com. That's djnumber9.com. If you really want to hear some late 90s hard house and hard trance. Mrs. NJB. The weather looks so much better than Amsterdam. Yeah, and it's so much better than it was yesterday. Shit, when I went out and filmed all this yesterday, it was raining. I might actually have to pull my good camera out just for a bit, just to get a couple of shots of it, like, not raining. Because I couldn't see these peaks up here yesterday. It was all covered in fog. Can I ask how you deal with the strict European copyright laws in your videos? I don't know, I license everything I use. I don't really have a problem with that. I'm quite happy with the strict copyright laws because it also lets people stop ripping off my stuff. Because I spend a lot of time and money filming my videos and then people come along and just snip it. I actually give lots of people permission, but other people decide they don't need permission. There's that schoolhouse I was looking for, if you saw the tweet. I didn't recognize it. They, this was the schoolhouse of Gimmelwald, the only school in the entire village. And it closed several years ago, and it was just abandoned. And the citizens did like a donation website to fix it up. And then they've turned it into 3 separate apartments where local people can live. Local people that would have, like, you know, still been living with their parents or something like that. So, yeah. Do you hate people reacting to your content? I like people reacting. I don't like people sticking the video on with their head in the corner and going, oh, cool. That is bullshit. And then when you complain about it, they're like, react harder. And I'm like, fuck you. Anyway, I'm gonna grab my good camera and just get a couple of shots here while the weather's nice. Take the lav mic off. This is something else, eh? Going back through the chat, are there any videos you would have made as a smaller channel? Let me get my lav mic back. Somebody asked, are there any videos you would have made as a smaller channel but don't now? And yeah, absolutely there are. And I think that's where a lot of the Nebula Plus stuff comes in. It's videos that, like, you know, the thing is when the channel gets as large as mine, it's actually quite frustrating in many ways because, like, if I put a video up, it's going to get several 100,000 views, which is great. You know, I can't complain about that. But at the same time, it attracts a lot of morons too, like just complete ignorant morons. Like for any video that I put out, between half to 3/4 of the people viewing it are not subscribed and have never subscribed. This is their first video they've ever watched. So they're usually completely ignorant about everything, which means that, like, you can't cover any sort of in-depth topic because people will immediately jump to, like, the basic shit that they don't know and complain about it in the comments, start flame wars, whatever. It's really frustrating, actually, which is one of the big reasons I'm putting stuff on Nebula, because the people on Nebula, I'm assuming, are not complete morons. And if they've subscribed, they've probably at least seen a few videos and they know the basics. And so then they're ready for more advanced content. What was that? I missed a comment from Mrs. NJB. I'm pretty sure we have a picture on this trail back in 2009. Maybe they all look the same. I think we do, actually. There's not a lot of trails here. There's either the paved route that I took up or this route here to come down. And to the best of my knowledge, that's it. Do not ever read YouTube comments, bad idea. Yeah, that's true. The problem is that well, the two things. One, I do want to engage with people who like the content. Like, I'm happy to talk to people, so I read for the first few hours. I also want to shadow ban trolls because they, like, a single person can really ruin a discussion if all they do is go to every single comment and say, you're an idiot, you're a moron, we like cars here, screw off, I run over cyclists for fun. you know, that just ruins the whole comment thread. And if I don't get rid of those people early, then the comments are just super toxic. And it's really frustrating to have to deal with that shit from a bunch of like willfully ignorant suburbanites. So anyway, this is why I am moving more to Nebula, and I don't love that it's paywalled. I sure don't love that you can't pay for it with anything but a credit card. But it's not expensive, at least with the Curiosity Stream deal. CuriosityStream.com/notjustbikes to sign up. Anyway, it really is painful to put certain content on YouTube. It's unfortunate that Nebula doesn't have a comment section. Yeah, so they are working on that. I know, that's one of the features in their backlog. I don't know, I have a love-hate relationship with comment sections, right? Like on one hand, obviously I love talking to people who like the channel, otherwise I wouldn't do live streams and interact with chat and stuff, right? But at the same time, comments can be exhausting when you have thousands of them, and they're either idiots that you don't want to read from, which hopefully there'd be fewer on Nebula, but there's also just like lots of people who come to me and expect me to answer their questions. And like, I get it. They'll be like, hey, can you tell me which are the best cities to live in the US? And I'm like, I mean, I guess I could go research that, but like literally 400 people have asked me that this week. And so I also get these comments and I can't answer them because there's just too many of them. And so then I feel bad about that too. So in one sense, Nebula not having any comments saves me a lot of pain, but I get it. Is Not Just Bikes page on Odyssey? Yeah, so it is, okay, yeah, so my stuff is on Odyssey. I think it's still there. I don't know if it's gonna stay up there for much longer because Odyssey has no comment moderation, so obviously it attracts a bunch of like literal Nazis. And I don't love that my videos end up having like literal Nazi level racist comments under them. And there's nothing I can do about it. I can't get rid of them. And then there will be Nazis just talking about, oh, this can only happen because the Netherlands is white and they keep those immigrants out, unlike, you know, wherever I live. I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys. So, yeah, I might stop putting stuff on Odyssey because I just can't handle the Nazis. Wish YouTube comments were structured more like Reddit or something. Yeah, maybe, although Reddit has plenty of garbage comments too. Reddit really only works because there's a lot of comment moderation on Reddit. Let's go by the schoolhouse. Like moderators, there are a lot of moderators on Reddit. Hey, kitty. I think we can get down over here. So there's that old schoolhouse, converted into apartments recently, which is pretty cool. They still got the sandbox out and the water fountain. Pretty neat. The guys who founded Odyssey Library are ultra-libertarian. Gee, big surprise there. See, like, I don't know, libertarianism is a bankrupt ideology for sure, but I can understand wanting free speech, but at the same time, brings far-right Nazis, like every single time. Very good. In this place, just damn. All right, I'm gonna grab another video with a good camera here. Just give me a second. The quiet is sometimes broken by helicopters. So there's one coming by right now. I don't know if you can hear it. Freedom comes with responsibility. Yes, precisely. And also the those American libertarians tend to take the approach that like freedom is when I get to do whatever I want all the time, whereas in Europe it's more of a you can do what you want provided it doesn't infringe on the freedom of others, and that last part tends to be missed by American libertarians. Seeing a lovely Alpine village and then hearing you loudly talk about Nazis, yeah. Yeah, anyway, I do get annoyed at Nazis in the comments. Anyway, no more Nazi talk. Maybe we can find some Nazi gold while we're here in Switzerland. Yeah, there is a helicopter somewhere really close by. I can hear it. I don't think my lav mic picks it up very easily, thankfully, but... And here we are, back at the beginning where we started on our little loop through Gimmelwald. I went here to this beer garden last night and had the Schwarzmunch beer, which is actually remarkably good, or dark lager. Let me just get one more clip here with a good camera, because I already got this yesterday, but it's actually nice weather today. And I'm actually going to go see if I can catch the gondola to Mürren. We can hear the chopper, yeah. It's really close now. That's my gondola coming in. Well, that's the gondola. Probably not going to check. We'll see. We'll see. They time the two gondolas so that you can go from one to the next. Just put you down here. Hopefully that's okay. Gondola stream. Yeah, it is not free.
I was going to ask you, what was I going to ask you? I was going to ask you if you wanted to come for a bright line now, and it's actually around. Yeah, I'm going to
Let me see if I can load chat on my other phone here. That's weird. Yeah, it's nice without the car noise. We're about to leave. Let's see if the stream holds up. on this gondola ride. Here we go.
How's it coming along your van?
And yes, I have a Swiss travel pass.
So maybe see you later for a flight, if not over there, over here. See you later. Bye.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, that's funny as hell. Yeah, then he will get busy though.
Ich glaube, nicht das Breite, oder? Wir sind aber nicht den Waldrand gelaufen. Den schmalen, oder? Für aufeinander hoch, aber es gibt irgendwie noch einen breiteren Weg. Ich weiß gar nicht,
By that house. To watch each other. Where is my key launch button at? If you've got tailwind.
Okay, we're here.
So yeah, so Benny reckons my next drink should be this one. Like that, this new one that always try.
Ja, ja, das ist so
one that Nick's
da.
tried. They like $1,000 less than the peas. I didn't know all these tunes on it.
Den schönen Tag, bis bald.
All right, here we go.
We're flying. Right.
I actually don't know what they do when it's super windy. I'm assuming they toughen up and do it anyway. Bring out the barf bags. So here we are in Mürren. This thing's actually pretty cool. They have these carts, these hand carts that you can take. You just take one to go to your hotel and then bring it back after you've unloaded. And what's really funny up here in Mürren is that a bunch of stuff is branded with James Bond, because one of the scenes in Her Majesty's Secret Service A movie that came out in 1969 was filmed here, and they're still talking about it. It's like, come on, guys, that was a long time ago. Can you please make a video in India? Probably not anytime soon. I mean, RM Transit has made videos about India a whole bunch of times. I don't think I'm going to get around to that very soon. So this is Mürren, which is also a car-free village. So you can see it's the off-season, so they're doing lots of construction, and you'll see that through. I was out here yesterday. This city is a lot more built up than Gimmelwald. You used to live in the Alps, and when there were emergencies, they were by helicopter. Yeah, I've seen that here, actually. I've seen that happen here, where someone dangling from below. There are helicopters going by fairly regularly. I hear another one. So here's the terrible view from here. Do they get trucks up there by helicopter? I actually think that there is a road that can be taken during the summer. I mean, by road, I mean kind of like what we're walking on right now. It's not like regularly publicly accessible, but maybe someone in the comments can confirm. If you do Google Maps directions, it will not find driving directions to here. But obviously they brought these vehicles up here. So it was possible at least once. I hate to think about how expensive it would be to get diesel up here.
Aber ich weiß eben nicht, ob vor an dem Ort noch aufgekommen in der Weg.
Do you know how emergency services ambulance are here? Well, I noticed the doctor had a car, but a lot of emergency services are done in the Alps by helicopter. Man, this is such better weather than yesterday. I was up here and it was just like drizzling the whole time. I'm gonna need to get some more clips with my good camera here, because it's such a waste to have only rainy pictures. You definitely see a lot of e-bikes up here. Oh, there's I think I see the little truck there for the hotel. They have a little electric golf cart that they use to pick up people from the train station and such. Now here comes the truck. It's carrying gravel for the work site. I think a railway station is coming up. Yeah, it's a little ways along. So you can get into Gimmelwald two ways. One of them was the gondola we were just at. If you go down to ground level, you can pick up a bus that takes you to Lauterbrunnen, and that's the fastest way. Oh man, more trucks. So much for car free. That's the fun of coming in the off season. It's all construction. It's even more construction down by the station. It's a perfect demonstration of how loud cars are. Yeah, exactly. What is the name of this village? It's Mürren, and we were just in Gimmelwald before. But yeah, of course, like car free doesn't mean all motor vehicle free. It just means car free. You can still have trucks for construction and vehicles for other stuff like that. But I love it when people are like, we can't have car-free stuff, people still need to do this or that, or construction or heavy lifting, and I'm like, yeah, that's all you need. It's actually pretty awesome. That's funny because I came through here on Sunday and of course there was no work going on at all. This was the little golf cart I was talking about. But yeah, if you get rid of all the personal vehicles and you're just left with the vehicles that are actually necessary, it's lovely. But yeah, here's that little golf cart that the Edelweiss hotel uses. Let me just get a clip of this in the sunshine, maybe. And this is the grocery store. So there's no grocery store in Gimmelwald. They have to come here for groceries or down to Lauterbrunnen. And this grocery store is pretty well stocked. They can bring stuff up to here by train and gondola. Will I do a video about Berlin's plans to go car-free? I would like to at some point. Yeah, I don't know enough about it, but I've only read one article about it, but I would like to talk about that. The one thing I like to avoid though is I like to avoid making videos about things that might happen, because there's lots and lots of things that might happen all around the world. The number of times I get like, why won't you talk about this thing that might happen in Canada? Because it's going to be really good, and then inevitably it gets canceled. So yeah, that's why I'm not making videos about stuff that might happen. But when it starts to happen, I will make a video about it. Here's another well. Do you feel weird filming, or you're used to it by now? I'm mostly used to it. I don't know how I feel about holding an expensive camera and a gimbal and stare. Everything's fine. Yeah, so Mürren's way more built up. Like here's a sports club with tennis courts, clay courts. How do you feel about ride shares like Uber and Lyft? I mean, ultimately they've been heavily VC funded, and they're subsidizing every single ride, sometimes by like $2 or $3. So they're destroying the economics of transportation. Generally they're shit, but I like the idea of app-based taxi services. you cut out for the most part there. Uh-oh, it's because I'm being, I was talking bad about VCs. I'm being censored again by big billionaire. So as you can see, this place is way more built up than Gimmelwald, and that there is a funicular that's not open right now, but it takes you up to the ski area. Uber and Lyft are subsidized? I mean, yeah, they don't make money. They're given VC funds, and they provide rides at a loss in order to make market share, which, you know, it's typical Silicon Valley business model these days. I mean, I worked at startups, I got funding, and so I've done that, but it destroys the economics of transportation when everything else has to compete with these subsidized services, subsidized by VCs, of course. There goes the Edelweiss golf cart. Nerve-wracking being so close to the mountains. Well, I'm not that close. There's all this ground before I get over there. Nice view, eh? Sorry, maybe I missed it. What does VC mean? Oh, venture capitals. Rich people that invest into companies. Into startup companies, usually. Venture capitalists. Yeah, I would listen to the War on Cars podcast on Uber. It's pretty good. Are those some kind of antennas? Actually, no, they are not antennas. I do not know what they are. But they are not antennas. Because I've actually studied antennas at electrical engineering, and I know those aren't antennas. I don't know what they are, though. Sometimes vulture capitalists. Yeah, anybody who's actually dealt with VCs knows that they'll give you their money, and then they want you to grow fast as quickly as possible so they can exit as quickly as possible. That's the goal of a VC. They'll throw you like 50 million, and they damn well expect it to be worth 500 million in the next few years. Even if that means hyping it up like crazy, even though you have nothing, and then exiting as fast as they can. That's the name of the game. So when that happens, it screws up the economics of everything. Like, how is public transportation supposed to compete with ride sharing heavily subsidized by venture capitalists? Does most of the village income from tourists? Yeah, this is a ski village for sure. Like, everything about this is based around skiing. This is the off season right now. There are people who do mountain biking and hiking. Hello. Around this time. And you definitely see people coming up on the gondola, and then they'll go on the hiking trails, which is totally awesome. Nice view from this cafe, eh? Look at that. But this village is primarily meant for skiing. We got another vehicle coming here. I'm going to film that. Sweet, that was the garbage truck. I wanted footage of that. I'm flipping back through chat here. Have you done any videos about how you record and produce any of your videos? No, I haven't. You know, I may do that, but the truth is, every time I've seen another YouTuber do it, very, very few people care. So, I don't think I'll release that on the main channel. Maybe that's a Nebula thing or a Patreon thing or a second channel thing or something like that. I don't know. But these live streams show you how I film it. I literally just walk around with a nice camera. Sometimes I sit in one position. I don't do that on live streams because it's extremely boring. But sometimes I sit in just one place and wait until that key moment when I can get a good piece of footage. It's actually remarkably difficult sometimes to get common things, like a clear view of a common thing on video. It's annoying. Because even though it's something that might happen multiple times a day, you need to be there when it happens with the camera pointed at the right spot. What are your thoughts on park and rides? I think they're okay if they're limited in use. Oh, a train must have just come in. But I don't think you can have a whole train line designed around nothing but the idea of park and rides. Like, it has to be park and ride plus something else walkable nearby. Okay, I get a video of this little truck going by. Okay. Nice. Okay, I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream. I do have a lot of mobile data available in Switzerland because I'm on Vodafone, which lets you roam with your normal package in Switzerland. Although actually I think it's limited to 50 gigs, whereas I have 300 gigs a month in the Netherlands. But I'll stream for a little bit longer. I do at least want to get to the rail station, which is just down here. Here they're doing reconstruction. Again, you come in the off season, you get construction. That's the fun of it. Right in there. Hey, how's it going? It's all right. That's all right. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Beautiful place.
It really is, yes. Especially in this weather. Yesterday it was raining.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
We had a good day when we arrived. Actually, the next day, too.
The next day wasn't bad either.
And a couple of days of rain, but
Oh, you've been here for a few days then. That's good. Yeah.
we'll be back.
Good. How'd you hear about this place, by the way? I've noticed there's a lot of Americans here.
Phew. We've heard of Mürren in the past.
Yeah.
Friends of ours heard about it through Rick Steves.
Okay.
And they're actually staying in Gimmelwald.
Okay. Yeah, I was in Gimmelwald too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we'd heard about it and heard about Iger. And I think that's really what drew us to Mürren.
Okay.
A lot of the stuff says either Wingen, Mürren, or Laudenbruch are the places.
Right.
Just those three places are stay in one of those and explore everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And then just
a lot of
get on
research.
every trend you can.
Yeah, right.
Go see
The
it.
public transit fantastic, eh?
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it
How
is
about
on
you?
time.
Well, I'm Canadian, but I live in the Netherlands, actually.
okay, nice.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm here. Well, I was here on vacation with my family, but then I stayed a few extra days to
Okay.
do some filming because I have a YouTube channel about urban planning and mobility and public transit and stuff like that. So
Oh,
this is relevant.
yeah.
Oh, let's not get run over.
Absolutely perfect for that.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a business trip right now.
There you go.
I'm extremely busy, and I'm sorry.
It looks like.
Well, I got multiple cameras and everything, right? This is what happens. Anyway, I'll let you go.
Alrighty.
Have a good day. Cheers. That was too funny. I don't know if you could hear what they were saying, but I was really curious as to why all the Americans know about this place. Oh, Wappy's in the chat, damn it. Well, I can always ban them from my other phone. Yeah, that was good, man. I wanted to chat with those tourists after I filmed their faces. Turned the camera right into their faces. That was pretty funny. Okay, done. Perfect. Got rid of the Wappy. So here, this is the new train station that's under construction. Were they American? Oh yeah, those were some American accents, for sure. Something fierce. Let me just get some footage of these little vehicles here. I like this little one here.
Ah, mas elas vão. Tá demorando. Ele pedindo pãozinho, ó. Ele me dói piquenique.
Please show us this train station. Yeah, I will. So there has been a train station here for a long time, but they're doing an upgrade to it. It's actually really, really nice. I mean, for a little train station, it's just functional and yeah, I guess I should get video of this too, because yesterday was, of course, Sunday and nobody was around. I'm gonna grab a couple more shots of this just before I head out. But yeah, nice new train station they're building here. And they have, and we'll go down to the old train station and the area that's temporary. All right, let me catch up on chat here. Yeah, so anyway, this place is obviously a lot more built up and they're improving the train line and apparently they're bringing in new trains. The trains that are there now are pretty ancient. Although they have this cool cargo rack thing at the front that they use to bring people's skis and gear up, or also to bring supplies for the restaurants and shops. I don't know if we'll get a chance to see that, but it's just down here. I love that you can bring this many people in and no parking lots required. You can see here where the new platforms are going to be. I'm pretty sure those skips down there can be taken out on the train that we're about to see, which is cool. I love to see train upgrades. Yeah, so cool. High up in the mountains, you got trains. Yes, you do. And they come every half hour, like more frequently than they do in like every city in Canada. It's crazy pants. So, oh yeah, here you go. This is exactly what I wanted. This is the clip I wanted of them using the cargo thing at the front of the train. Amazing. That's perfect. That was exactly the shot I needed. I heard that they use those things for cargo, but I didn't have visual proof. Nice. That was literally the only reason I came back here, is to get that shot. Are those the people you talked to? I think so. Yeah, so these are super old trains, as you can see, but apparently they're upgrading them in the very near future. Amazing. That's just what I needed to finish off my video. Feels like it should be a longer cargo carriage. Yeah, possibly. They might have additional ones. I've seen some of them have none attached, so they may be able to attach more than one. I've heard trains can attach together. Rumor has it. How long is the train ride to get it back to Amsterdam? I think if you went like day train, it would probably take 7 or 8 hours. A night train takes like 12 to give you a good night's sleep. How do they manage to get the incline of the rail not so much? Well, this actually doesn't go all the way down to the ground for what it's worth. Oh shit, need this. Amazing. Trains and mountains, what a great combination. I agree, wow. This is just fantastic. Okay, this is actually the train I want to take. I think I'm gonna have to end the stream soon, but maybe I can try to see if it goes a little bit longer. I do need to get back to Bern today, actually, so I should probably get going. Let me just, anyone know when the next train leaves from here? Well, whatever, I should go down to that train, because I think if they're letting people on, that's the train I need to take. Hopefully I didn't just miss it. Well, if I did, then we hang out here for a bit longer, no big deal. Hello again. All right. Oops, yeah. Yeah, so the trains leave every half hour from up here. There's the guys lifting more cargo with the crane. Should probably try to get some footage of that too. If it doesn't get too busy, then I'll leave the stream going in this train. I don't have a ticket for you guys though, so hopefully they don't check. Yeah, I don't have a ticket for 120 people, eh? Can you stream the train drive, or is signal a problem? There's only one way to find out. You know what, I think I'm gonna go a little closer up to the front while I can. Man, it is hard to carry all. But actually, you know what I realized? I actually have a couple of clips I need from another part, so I can't go down to Lauterbrunnen yet. I completely forgot. There was something else I wanted to film up this way. Oh well, no train ride today. Completely forgot about that. I wanted to go back to Gimmelwald for a couple of things. Damn it. Oh well, that means we just have to stay in Mürren for a bit longer. And I'm gonna head back to Gimmelwald. That's annoying. Let me just pack up my stuff here. That was awesome though to get that footage. Yeah, no train ride. Maybe I can stream it later. But I completely forgot. Oh well. You're gonna film the crimes of Gimmelwald, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that jackhammer was kind of annoying. But that's what you get for coming in the off season. Looks like a bunch of people dropped off. I wonder if there was signal problems there. As we had 200 for a moment, now it's down to 97. This place is only 2.5 hours by train from where I live, and I've not been there yet, yeah. How much do people usually spend on fare when they live in cities that rely on public transit? Well, in a lot of Swiss cities, your employer gives you a travel card where you can either travel the whole region or sometimes the whole country for free. So that's quite common. There's monthly tickets and discount tickets and stuff for people who live here. We're going to take a different route. We are going this way last time. I'm going to walk through the village this way. It was amazing that I was able to get them actually unloading and loading stuff on that train by forklift. Perfect. Did you travel to Switzerland just for video shots? Well, we came here first for a few days to ride the Glacier Express with the family, but they went home a few days ago and I stayed here. I did lots of filming while they were here too, but I've done a lot more since they left. It really is an astounding view, isn't it? No graffiti and it's super clean. Yeah, I mean, this town is, for tourists, is very well maintained. I think a lot of money comes through here, especially in the ski season. Yeah, it's funny you say $230 a month is a lot. I mean, yeah, it is a lot, but like, Jesus, that's like gas and car insurance where I'm from. Never mind any other costs. Graffiti can look nice sometimes, I agree. I love good graffiti. I don't like bad graffiti and crappy tags. Look at that view. All right, I'm going to keep walking here. I'm going to end the stream down at the cable car stop, because then I have to hike up to another spot where I wanted to film, and I actually forgot I wanted to take the cable car down the other side and film the bus route. As much as I like taking the train and prefer taking the train, I wanted to film both. Nothing wrong with being a car guy unless you seem to think that cars belong everywhere. You can appreciate cars and still appreciate that they shouldn't belong in city centers. There's a pretty big hotel. Like I said, this place is much more built up. There's their little golf cart for picking up people from the station. I think in winter a lot of people come up with skis and stuff like that, so I think the transfer from the station is appreciated. In the Netherlands, you can have all trains for free card for $3.33 per month and off-peak around 100 per month. You know, I've actually been considering just getting one of those off-peak travel cards in the Netherlands as a business expense for NJB, because it would just make my life so much easier to be able to take the train anywhere, anytime I want if I needed to film something. Great stream, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay, now listen to how quiet it is. Shut up, rooster. I don't know if you can spot it there, that red parachute. People parachute down from the top of the mountains. How long did it take you to learn Dutch? Well, I'm still learning. I found it's a relatively easy language, but I had studied German in high school, so that made the grammar easier. It's not too hard to learn. The trickiest part with Dutch is getting Dutch people to speak it with you, because they'll switch to English as soon as they hear an accent. But I paid a tutor to go to a tutor every week, and so she has to speak Dutch with me. All I hear is my fan and my tinnitus, yeah. Look at that. And there you can see the funicular line behind it. Any recommendations on finding a tutor? Well, not really, I just kind of asked on Reddit. How's your German? My German was decent, conversational, but I found that since I learned Dutch, when I try to speak German, it comes out Dutch. But the same thing was happening when I was learning Dutch, and my Dutch teacher had to keep saying, "Nee, dat is Duits. Nee, dat is Duits." Here's the funicular station that's closed in the summer. And somebody asked if there's new stuff coming on Nebula, and yeah, the video about these car-free places is coming to Nebula. I went to a traffic engineering trade show, actually. That was fun, and I'm gonna make a Nebula video about that. Like, that's the kind of stuff that just wouldn't do well on YouTube, especially with a channel my size. I went to a traffic engineering trade show, and it was just hilarious. And I totally make fun of it, and I don't want to put it on YouTube. And anyway, it'll be good fun. So that's the kind of stuff I'm putting on Nebula. The boat city was cool. Yeah, exactly right. I want to do more stuff like that. Oh man, I can't believe it came all the way to the train when I meant to go down the gondola the other way, but I got so wrapped in this up in the stream. But I did want to get the footage of that the cargo loading, so it's all good, kids. I think we're almost at the Gondola Station now. I came through here yesterday, although it was like pouring rain and miserable, so I was moving pretty fast. Here's some more road construction. Welcome to the off season. Our summers there less harsh than the US. The US is a big place, man. But probably yes. Your camera is so stable when walking. Yeah, I'm using a DJI gimbal, like mobile phone gimbal. Whatever this model is, the Osmo 4 or something like that. I actually don't use this gimbal that often. I thought I'd use it a lot more, but usually I'm filming with this camera. Here's another well. Yeah, you can get discounts on rail travel in the Netherlands or really anywhere. But one of the things that annoys me about rail travel is that sometimes there's like all these discounts, but it's hard to figure out which one you can get. Like here when we were in Switzerland with a family, we found there's a thing called a junior travel card, which you can get for 30 Swiss francs, and it's good for a month. Normally you get it if you live here and it's good for a year, but if you're a tourist, you can get it for a month. So we got the junior travel card for 30 Swiss francs, and the kids could travel free when they traveled with an adult, which meant we must have saved, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of euros because of that. But like, if I hadn't found that travel card, like I only found it because I was like poking through the list of discounts when we were booking the Glacier Express. So I easily could have spent, I don't know, 500 euros more on the kids' train tickets over the few days we were here if I didn't know about it. That kind of annoys me. And same thing with the Netherlands. You can buy a €5 rail runner for children, and then they ride for free if they're with their parents. And if you tap the OV chip card, it's going to be more than €5 pretty much anywhere you go. All right, here we are at the Gondola Station. This is where I'm going to close things off. It's been an hour and 38 minutes. I'm sure I've used lots of mobile data while roaming, but it's good. So thanks for coming out, everybody. I can't end this stream on a tram because there are no trams. But at least I can end it on a gondola station. All right, we'll end it over here. Whew. Thanks for coming out, everybody. That was good fun. And now I'm on my way to Gimmelwald and down to the bus. And now I need to figure out how to actually end the stream on Prism Live because I never use this. Cheers, everybody.